Good morning. This is Chloe Papadakis, and this is today's Quiet Echo. At the Saturday market last weekend, I stood and watched a woman buy a hat. It was a knitted watch cap, dark green, and it was not perfect. One side sat a little higher than the other, and if you looked closely, you could see the place where the maker, an older gentleman with a card table and a little tin of loose change, had run out of one skein and started another. The green went a shade lighter for about an inch, before it caught itself again. He was asking $18 for it. Now she could have bought a flawless, machine-made cap on her phone for $6 and had it on her doorstep by tomorrow afternoon. She bought his instead. I have thought about why ever since, because she is not alone in it, and neither is he. Planning gatherings is what I do, so I notice these things. I have watched the sign-up sheet for a beginner's knitting night fill up faster than any concert I have ever put on. I have watched grown adults drive across town on a dark winter evening to sit in a circle and learn to do, badly, a thing their grandmothers could do in their sleep. Something is going on out there, and it is worth naming. Walk through any market in our town this summer and just look at what people are making with their own two hands. There is the man with the wooden spoons, everyone carved out of a single piece of birch, and no two of them alike. There is the teenage girl selling friendship bracelets she ties right there at the table while you stand and wait. There is the woman with jars of red currant jam, each one labeled in her own careful handwriting. There is the retired school teacher with a quilt she pieced together out of 30 years of her children's outgrown shirts. There is the old fellow who ties fishing flies so tiny and so exact you have to borrow his reading glasses just to see them. And it is not only down at the market. It is the sourdough starter somebody keeps alive in a jar on the kitchen counter, and feeds, and is actually given a name. It is the first lopsided little bowl to come off a beginner's pottery wheel, kept up on the shelf even though it will not sit level. It is the birdhouse a father and his 6-year-old built a little crooked on a Sunday afternoon. It is going on in kitchens and garages and spare bedrooms all through this town, quietly, all at the same time. The people who study these things put it at nearly 3 in 4 of us this past year. I would not swear to the exact number, and neither should you. But you do not need a number for this. You can walk down to the market and see it with your own eyes. And here is the part I find strange and important. All of this is happening in the exact same year a machine finally learned how to make almost anything. You can ask a screen for a poem or a painting or a song, and it will hand you one in a single breath, polished, flawless, and free. Never before in all of history have we been so completely surrounded by things so perfect and instant and effortless. And right in the middle of all of it, more of us than ever are picking up needles and knives and canning jars and doing it the slow way, the hard way, the imperfect way by hand. I do not think it is an accident. I think it is an answer, because the woman at the market did not really buy a hat. She bought the hour the man sat there and spent making it. She bought the little jog in the green where his yarn ran out the one flaw a machine would never in 100 years leave in. The plain proof of one particular human being sitting in one particular chair to make this one particular thing, and no other exactly like it. A machine can make you just about anything. It cannot mean it for you. And there is a second thing the market understands, even quieter than the first one. The spoons and the jam and the bracelets are really only half of what is for sale down there. The other half is the table itself. It is the standing around it. It is the woman leaning in to ask the old man how many years he has been carving. It is the teenager patiently teaching a knot to some little one who wandered up to her table. We tell ourselves we are going out to make things, or to buy things. What we are actually doing is finding ourselves a good reason to sit near one another and keep our hands busy while we talk. The craft is only ever the excuse. The company is the whole point. And this is the oldest thing we know how to do, older by far than any machine. Long before we had screens, we had quilting circles and barn raisings and whole kitchens full of women putting up the summer harvest together. And the work got done, yes, but something else got done too. Something the work was quietly a cover for the whole time. We came to know one another. We were, for an afternoon, a little less alone. So go and make something this week. It truly does not matter what it is, and it does not matter one bit if it comes out crooked. The crooked is the point. A crooked thing is a human thing. A machine has no idea how to be a little bit wrong, and being a little bit wrong, in a warm and particular way, is most of what it means to be a person. Bake the loaf of bread, carve the spoon tie, the fly sign up at last for the class you keep meaning to take. Or just walk down to the market and find the table with the imperfect green hat on it, and buy the hour, and then stay a minute longer than you need to. Ask the man how long he has been at it. He will tell you. Believe me, it is the reason he came. The front porch is open. What did you make this week, or what did a neighbor's hands make for you? The readers of the Cedar Valley News would love to hear about it. We are gathering to share our stories and keep company with respect and no party lines. Come sit with us. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Chloe Papadakis, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town of Cedar Valley are fictional, the research cited here on how many American adults made something by hand this past year is drawn from Mintel's U.S. Arts and Crafts consumer study.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.